upper leg, and there's been a lot of talk that Kretschmer is injured and that he's not at the peak condition. Kretschmer's strengths lie more in the throwing events. Daley Thompson's in the sprint, the 400 and the long jump. This 100 meters, though, is going to decide a great deal. If Thompson can get 2 or 3 yards clear of Kretschmer, who on his best form can certainly sprint as fast as Thompson, if Thompson can get those 2 or 3 yards clear, then it's going to get him off to a cracking start, put pressure on Kretschmer, and if he's at all injured, that isn't going to help his psychology either. Thompson then in lane 4, look for Kretschmer in lane 2, because at the end of the 10 events, it's between those two. Held for an awful long time, but Thompson away well, and Kretschmer is injured. He takes about 15 strides and pulls out, and that's the Daley Thompson well away from the field. Thompson going to win by about a yard or so from Schauhammer, and he looks around, looks for his time, 10.69, far and away the fastest of the 4 heats. 10.96 was the best in the other heats, so Thompson there for Daley Thompson to run away from Grabenyuk and from Schauhammer from East Germany on the inside. Thompson looking very good in his time, 10.69, very much the sort of time he'd like to have started with.
That's the longest so far, and it brought a few gasps from the audience, and I'm sure that it brought a few gasps from the decathletes over there. They'll all have been watching this. This is where his sprinting speed tells. He's going to be giving away quite a lot in the throws, but he's making up for it in the jumps, and he has to do this. That's another magnificent jump. 7.93 improves his lead in the long jump. 26 feet and a quarter of an inch.
In the circle for the first time, this the third of the disciplines. This is one of his weaker events, and really this is where he'll be looking to make up a few points. I got good lift there, and that is well over 14 meters. In fact, it's nearer the 15-meter line. His personal best in a decathlon is certainly to be exceeded there, I would think. He's got good lift and drive from the back of the circle, tends to stand up a little bit, but he gets a good arm into it. And in fact, the scoreboard shows 14 meters, 69 centimeters. That's a personal best for Daley Thompson in a decathlon, and 770 points to his credit. His second attempt at 2 meters and 4 centimeters. Well clear, and that puts him in very good stead.
Career in the long jump, 26 feet and half an inch, 1,006 points. Had another good shot put and a first-class high jump, 770 points. Then in the high jump, 6.8 and a quarter. And he'll lead at the end of this day, but he needs good points because there are half a dozen men who are over 4,000 points on the second day. Schauermeier, the East German, leading him round to a fast time, but he's never really been stretched. 47.31, he's supposed to be the third fastest man here, but Daley Thompson going well, off the crown of the bend, chasing the East German, Schauerhammer. He's really got a little bit to do to chase the East German. Schauerhammer dragging him round to a fast time, which is exactly what he wants. Puffing and panting a little bit onto the shoulder of the East German, but this 20-year-old has had such a tremendous time, tying up a little bit as he comes into the straight. All that matters is the time. The East German's down on him. He's about a yard down, 47.59, 47.89. Schauerhammer congratulates 549, and he will be the clearest winner at the end of the first day. The clearest leader, but tomorrow 5 more tough disciplines to come, and some very good men in this field.
Next in the circle is Daley Thompson, getting the roar from the people who've ventured out here early this morning. It's been a long competition so far, even though they're only just starting this second round. Already been competing for 45 minutes, so he's been waiting at least 40 minutes in between throws. Daley had not good hurdles and a very poor discus. Now this is about 10 events, so he's got to throw in the region of 38 meters to get back into the lead. That looked to be better, a lot better balance. It's a good throw. Oh yes, it's in the region of 43 meters. He's got the white flag from the judge, so according to our calculations, that put him back in the lead.
And with 9 events completed, this is how the decathlon stood. The new leader, Grabenchuk, followed by Thompson, 62 points behind. Third place was Siegfried Stark of East Germany, and fourth was Zielbauer of Austria. And so they came to the last event of all, the 1500 metres, drawn together in the same heat.
The 8 highest point scorers in this decathlon line up for the third and final heat for the 1500 metres, which is the 10th discipline. Grebeniuk, the leader. There's the leading order. Thompson in second place, Stark of East Germany in third, Zielbauer of Austria in fourth, Lahti of Finland in 5, Kukchenko of the Soviet Union in 6, Canova of Finland in 7, and Schmidt of West Germany in 8. And they're shaking hands. There's a tremendous camaraderie. These men have been locked together in battle over 2 days. And really, it looks as though Grebeniuk, with his 7,712 points, that's an advantage of 62 points over Daley Thompson, has the gold medal. Daley Thompson would have to run 10 seconds faster than Grebeniuk, but at the same time, lurking there, wearing 3:01, the fastest of the 1500-meter runners of the 3 top men, Siegfried Stark, could steal both the gold and the silver at this last moment, because he's the fastest 1500-meter runner. He's only 73 points behind Daley Thompson. Daley Thompson keeping the leader in sight, Kukchenko of the Soviet Union. And one wonders whether the Russians will team up in this. They're all watching one another very carefully. If it's very slow, it's doubtful whether Daley Thompson, for example, could make up a 70-yard gap on Grebeniuk, and it's doubtful whether Stark could make up that sort of gap on Thompson. So it's a tactical race, and suddenly strategy is playing a part in this 10th event. But what can you say about Daley Thompson at 20 years of age, the British record holder, the World Junior record holder, the Commonwealth champion? He's had a quite magnificent form, and in many ways, there are many people here that say it may not be a good thing if he wins this. There'll be too much pressure on this youngster building up for Moscow in 1980. But Daley Thompson, who is a keen competitor in everything he attempts, he would want to win because he doesn't want to lose. And Stark goes out in the lead, the man that he has to worry about, the fastest 1500-meter man in a possible medal position, the man who was 6th in Montreal. And Daley Thompson, who hates this discipline as much as any other decathlete, has got to track this very good East German. You can see them there, all powerhouses in their own right. Men capable of putting the shot over 50 feet and throwing the javelin nearly 200 feet, are hardly built for 1500-meter running. But Daley Thompson has put a remarkable succession of scores together: a 10.69 100 meters, a 26-foot long jump, 48 feet 2.5 in the shot, a 6'8" 1/4 high jump, and finished the day well ahead on points. And then a disaster in the 110 meters hurdles. He hit the second hurdle badly and went back and lost 4 or 5 tenths. And then his discus, well, he produced yet another personal best. Pole vault, another disaster when these 2 other big men, Grebeniuk and Stark, went clear of him. They vaulted 4 meters 90 to his own 4:20. He was well above the bar, but knocked it off with his pole. Then came the javelin, the 9th discipline, and they both threw about 10 meters further. But Daley Thompson digging in very hard, Grebeniuk going with him. That's Kukchenko that's going up. Daley Thompson having to go wide around him. The Russians running a team. The big Russian who is in the lead is in 4th place at the moment. Stark, who's in 3rd place overall, is leading this as they come up with 1 lap to go. Every one of them will have to dig deep into their reserves. At this moment, the medal position is Grebeniuk, Thompson and Stark. And there has to be a dramatic improvement. Thompson, who was tired of the 400 meters and felt tired and had to whip himself, has tagged Stark all the way. He's making sure that Stark doesn't take the silver medal from him. Grebeniuk in 3rd place is making sure he doesn't lose the gold. So Thompson at the moment in the silver medal position. He's trying to get away with 200 meters to go. It will be a remarkable effort if he should win this 1500 meters. Grebeniuk drags himself after Thompson, and Thompson can't get away. but Thompson's made sure of the silver, and at 20 years of age, that is still a remarkable performance. Daley Thompson, never mind who wins the race, it's simply about the gap between the first three men, and Gribeniek has kept Thompson in his sight. Thompson pushes himself forward again, and the 20-year-old from Crawley in Sussex hits the front and collects the silver medal. Gribeniek will collect, look at him, Gribeniek 5.56 hangs on to the gold. Daley Thompson looks up. Did I do enough? Could I do any more? 4.22. He's run around his best time.